The 75th annual meeting of the Chattanooga Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. What a red letter day. In recent years, the Bureau has celebrated the annual meeting with a special video production. Conventional wisdom, if you will, conventional wisdom held that the videos began shortly after the turn of this century. But then, one day, Bob Doak, the CVB president, while looking for some reading material to take to the reading room, came across a metal canister. And inside, he found proof positive that this video tradition actually goes back a long, long way. Today, you're going to get a look at this priceless historical archive. And you'll see that, just like the CVB, the Chattanooga tourism industry was just getting started 75 years ago. And you'll see how very far we have come.
The world is at war. Back on the home front, Americans try to put the very best face on things. Chattanooga, Tennessee is no exception, where city cheerleaders have created a new organization named the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Chattanooga Mayor E.D. Bass proclaims it "Come on down, y'all" week as he hands the key to the city to the CVB's first president, Thurman Dingle. Mr. Dingle's first official duty is greeting the first visitors to Chattanooga in this new era of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Welcome, Sergeant and Mrs. Hiram Hooper, on leave from Fort Dix, New Jersey. The lucky Hoopers get a free pass to all Chattanooga's attractions. And what great attractions they will see. Our first stop is Lookout Mountain, where Garnet and Frida Chapin have assembled an unusual collection of rocks and boulders. Rock Garden, they call their little corner of the world, and they anticipate people will come from all over the country to walk its paths. But what's this? A reptile loose in the garden? Not to be deterred, our enterprising gardeners turn the slithery serpents into a marketing advantage. Across Lookout Mountain, veterans of the Civil War are gathering at Point Park, where memorials honoring various state battalions dot the mountainscape. These old veterans have buried the hatchet and put the war behind them. Well, maybe in a few more years. Meanwhile, down by the river, botanist Phylum Sanford hopes to capitalize on Chattanooga's biodiversity, creating a mini destination he calls the Tennessee Terrarium. Attendance is slow right now, but just you wait, says Sanford. Once we expand, tourists will flock here to the riverfront. Just up the road, this new attraction is in its infancy as well. In fact, it's the Creative Discovery Infants Museum. Executive Director Lester Pram shows us around. Let's see. Here's the nap exhibit. And right next door, the nursing station. No cameras allowed here in 1941. All great museums have changing exhibits, and this one is no exception. Good thing this is television and not smell-o-vision, says the impish Mr. Pram. And what have we here? A bicyclist cruising down Broad Street. Move aside, Mr. Two-Wheeler. It's the age of the automobile, and this may be the last time we see bicycles on the streets of Chattanooga. A bicycle may be on the way out, but the choo-choo train is still a big deal here in Chattanooga, thanks to Mr. Glenn Miller. And how's this for a novel idea? A train museum. The Hoopers from New Jersey are ending up their visit with a ride on a real train car. Back down the river, Captain Ephraim Swaggart has an idea. Dinner cruises. What could be better than rolling on the river while enjoying a delicious meal? Looks like another attraction with plenty of room to grow. There's lots to do down on the river. The 1941 Riverbend Festival is underway. The riverfront stage is all set to host Willie Nelson and 38 Special. It has been a long day. It's time to turn in. On to the Chattanooga Choo-Choo, with the rare opportunity to sleep in a railroad car. Good night, and sleep tight. All this outstanding tourism activity isn't going unnoticed by the nation's press. The Saturday Evening Post has nominated Chattanooga to be its best town ever. Time for Thurman Dingle to go to work. Mr. Dingle's assistant, Evelyn Snerd, finishes up a letter to the CVB membership entreating them to vote for the scenic city. Mr. Dingle's letter says, "Please vote on all your devices. This is probably the last time a vote like this will ever be taken." And here is Thurman himself, voting on his phone. Thankfully, that's the only device Mr. Dingle has. Perhaps someday in the future, this tedious process will be more convenient. And speaking of connections, the Electric Power Board is busy making Chattanooga the most connected city in America, laying hundreds of miles of infrastructure to put everyone in instant contact with everyone else. Let's see how it's working. Here is Mr. Dingle connecting instantly with Mrs. Snerd. Yes, indeed, it's a brave new world here in String City. It's hard to imagine that this fabulous tourist destination is missing any manner of attraction here in 1941. But Thurman Dingle has identified a void. We need more waterfront amenities, he says. And so, Mr. Dingle is negotiating the purchase of an old barge he found in Kansas City, Missouri, and is having it towed into place on the waterfront to serve as a restaurant directly across from Ross's Landing. Ladies and gentlemen, the next great Chattanooga attraction, say hello to the KC Barge.